How's it going, Airsofters? In this video I'm going to show you how to attach some MSA Sordins onto an FMA base jump helmet on the ARC rails using the FMA ARC Rail Adapters. There's a few tools you're going to need, including some circular pliers, a pair of normal pliers, a sharp pair of scissors or a sharp blade, and a Torx screwdriver. You're going to need to start off by removing this piece of velcro material. It peels off really easily. Next we need to remove the plastic headband section. The earpieces just tuck in, and with a little bit of force the metal clips will just push out. I know that ZTactical or ZTactical, whatever you want to call them, make some replicas of the MSA Sordin headset. I've never owned a pair myself, so I don't know how similar they are to these. So I don't know whether this tutorial is going to help you guys. Maybe if you've opened a pair of the ZTactical ones up, maybe you could just comment below and just let me know how similar they are to the Sordins. Now with a little bit of force, just pull on the earpiece cushion and it should just pop off. And then remove the piece of blue foam. In the right hand earpiece there are 4 Torx screws you need to remove. Now the circuit board should just be free to come off. Be careful though, because there are some wires behind there and I don't really want to pull the wires off the circuit board. There is a piece of white foam behind there as well, and it's probably just best if you remove it. This is where we're going to need to remove the metal pins either side, and they're held in by circlips, so take your circlip pliers and just pull the circlips off. And there's like a piece of rubber tubing holding the wire onto these metal clips here, and you're just going to need to chop that off, because we don't need these metal clips anymore, but we do need the wire obviously. So just take a sharp pair of scissors, or be very careful with like a sharp blade, and just trim that off. Obviously you need to be very careful because you don't want to damage that wire at all. I definitely recommend using some proper circlip pliers to undo these circlips, because they're very good quality and very rigid, and I don't think you're going to be able to leave them with like a couple of screwdrivers. You might end up damaging something in there, so try and use a good pair of circlip pliers. With the new FMA adapters, the gap for the pin is a bit too big, so you're going to need to take a pair of pliers and just bend them in a little bit, just enough so the pin goes in really, so it's nice and snug fit. So now you're ready to put on the new adapters. You'll need to push the pins in far enough so you can get the circlips back on. Make sure the circlips are on properly, and make sure they rotate nice and freely. And replace the white foam back in as well. And now you're ready to put the circuit board back in place and put the screws back in. Now just check that the adapters move backwards and forwards nice and freely. Now you can replace the blue piece of foam and the air cushion just snaps back into place. Well, that's the right hand side done. Now for the left hand side. It's pretty much the same, just the circuit board is a little bit different. On this side there is one washer type torque screw and 4 normal torque screws holding the circuit board into place. Again, remove the rubber tubing, being careful not to cut through that wire. And again, be careful when lifting that circuit board up because there are 3 groups of wires connected to it and you don't want to rip them off. Some of you may be wondering why I haven't got a boom mic attached to this headset. Well, on my setup I use a Kenwood PMR radio with a Kenwood mic. The mic has got a built-in PTT attached to it. So I just use this headset for the enhanced hearing you get with it and the 3.5mm jack so I can just hear what's going on with the voices and in my ears through this headset. And there we go, both sides done and ready to go on the helmet. The adapters just slide onto the rails now with a little bit of effort. I was actually quite surprised that there aren't any clips or anything that hold them into place other than how tight they are on the rails. You'll need to put one side on and then get the other one and feed it underneath the head strap to just hide that wire out of the way. You'll also need to feed it through the chin strap as well. And there you have it, the MSA Sordins mounted on the FMA ARC Rail Adapters. Well, if you've enjoyed the video or if it's helped you out at all, please give us a like, it does help. Thanks very much for watching. Happy shooting.